Is Black Ops 6 officially dead, and am I getting ready to just play COD 2026 from IW, which is crazy to say, but I want to break down some interesting stuff about that next game, COD Ghost content returning. Of course, the first CDL Major 1 Minor this weekend. If you guys are CDL fans, we'll talk about who I think is going to win that event and much more. But of course, yet another Charles Intelligence tweet. Call of Duty is reaching new lows on Steam. True. Slowly falling in player count on PS5 and Xbox. I haven't seen numbers about console players, but I guess I kind of believe him. Ranked play is overrun by hackers. That is very true. That could take down servers. But here's Call of Duty tweeting about a new licensed bundle. It's beyond embarrassing at this point. So, again, as I said in my previous video, I'm not mad at Call of Duty marketing their new update. It's a business. That's what they're going to do. There's a collaboration with Squid Games, that IP, and they want to promote that. I get it. And they're going to promote their bundles regardless for what's happening. But the problem is, they're just not being as open and vocal about these major issues. It's kind of weird, honestly. And again, normally Treyarch was that developer, that studio, that really always let us know what was happening, what updates we were getting. And they've done an okay job with BO6, but it's starting to feel a lot more like a classic IW, MW19, MW2 2022 situation where we just didn't really have any updates from developers over there whatsoever. We didn't know what was going on. Patch notes didn't list all the actual changes. You know, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal, but for people that are playing Call of Duty every day and especially spending lots of money on these bundles, 20 bucks a pop in most cases, right? That's a big deal. You're spending a lot of money and the game isn't fully working. So they're not even saying anything about it. So that's a really weird situation to be in. Is it ruining Black Ops 6? A little bit. Black Ops 6 is still a solid game. I still don't like those MP maps, but overall, it's still a pretty solid game. The best game we've had in a couple of years, but just let us know, really be persistent and say we are actively trying to fix this. This is a big deal. We know it's a big deal, and we're trying to fix this. It seems like they're not really even saying that for whatever reason. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. And before we break down some more stuff here, quick shout out to U4GM if you need cheap COD points, rare Black Ops 6 unlock codes, BO6 mastery camos, BO6 easy lobbies, and much more. A bunch of stuff over there. Use code Matt for an extra 5% off. The links are down below. And now for this, Scump on the state of Call of Duty. I don't think Call of Duty has ever been in a worse spot than it's in right now. Kind of depressing, to be honest. So I do want to watch this 1 minute, 20-second clip here, because I actually might disagree with it. I don't want to be a complete hater. Let's watch, though, and then we'll talk about it.
Call of Duty's just in such a bad spot right now, dude. I don't think Call of Duty has ever been in a worse spot than it is right now. It's kind of depressing, to be honest. I was already concerned, them releasing rank so early, and the CDL started up, and then we had, a month break from the CDL. So I was already a little bit concerned about all of that. Because I was like, okay, I don't know. They're kind of busting all their load all over the place a little bit early. You know, rank play, they usually make us wait, and they blue ball us a little bit. They make us wait for, they make us chase that carrot for 2 months into the game's release. They dropped it so early, and then they dropped it, and it was so bad because of all the hackers. Rank play itself isn't bad, okay? Rank play itself is fine. I think the system is fine. I think it could be better, but I think it's fine. I don't think there's any problems with it. The problem is the cheaters. I don't know. They just fucked up. And again, we're not completely straying away from COD either. Let's not.
Okay, so look, are there big issues with BO6 right now? Yes. Is it the worst Call of Duty has ever been? Definitely not. There have been plenty of times before where the base game was just terrible. I mean, we had Vanguard. Vanguard was like a fever dream. That game was just, oh man, everything about that. I mean, I actually liked Vanguard competitive Call of Duty, and there were some interesting DLC updates, but the core game, the campaign, it didn't feel like Call of Duty at all. We had other situations where the game didn't work, like the Black Ops 4 blue screening issue. That was a huge deal. MW19 at the start of it, besides for S&D, not the best game, honestly. Campaign was fire, but MP, not that good. I'm forgetting, what was the game? Was it MW19 or MW2 2022, where we had there was going to be an overhaul update? I know, especially MW2 2022, people from the beta, they slowed down the multiplayer. It was already slow in the MW2 beta in 2022. They made it even slower at the game's launch. That game's multiplayer was terrible. Well, you know, I mean, I think we're in a much better spot than we've been in before. I mean, we had games like, you know, Infinite Warfare, not the best game. COD World War II at the start. It got better later on, but at the start, COD World War II, not that good. Look, it's a lot better than it's been now. I think he's kind of gassing it a little bit. And then he complains about ranked play releasing early, which, you know, pro players always wanted ranked play to release early. The problem is there's just a cheater situation now. So I guess it would have been better to wait to release ranked play to fix the cheating situation. But the cheating situation seems like you can't fix it. Whatever the Ricochet system they have in place just does not work. So that's a whole other issue anyway. And I'm a big fan of Scump. I don't mean to hate on him, but I think, you know, it's not the worst, you know, situation we've ever been in for Call of Duty. That being said, though, they got some stuff to fix. Hopefully it all gets fixed very soon. But of course, that being said, I'm still hyped for Black Ops 6 stuff. For competitive Call of Duty, we have our first Minor 1 tournament this weekend, which is an online type of tournament major style event, kind of like a 2K, 5K, if you guys remember back in the day. It's going to be single elimination, which that's not that cool. Should be double elimination, but still, it's cool to see some actual, you know, more competitive Call of Duty than the league matches, which are just not really that exciting to watch. So I tweeted a response to this. I have LAG winning the first match, FaZe winning second match, Optic third match, and then Cloud9 fourth match. I mean, the fourth match, anything could happen. Surge could definitely win, but I know they've been complaining about their own internet issues being based in Vancouver. Cloud9 apparently fixed their issues. And also, by the way, guys, New York Cloud9, their actual headquarters, they're playing out of LA. Cloud9 is based in LA. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know why we have to have the city-based teams if the city doesn't correlate to where they're actually playing out of. Just doesn't make any sense. But it is what it is there. Those are my predictions for at least the day one matches. And for the entirety of the event, some reason it says Toronto. That's interesting, but that's going to be for Toronto's hosting the actual major. But for the actual event, I have LA Thieves beating Optic in finals 3-1, which I think those are the top teams. Although I did make this when Pred was still on the team. Now it's Hook, and Hook is a really good player. But are they as good as, you know, when they had Pred? I don't know. We'll have to see in a tournament-style bracket. Carolina looks really good as well online. So Carolina can make a run, honestly, to finals and maybe lose to Thieves there. Thieves, I don't see how Thieves don't make it. Toronto, they're pretty good as well. So those are definitely my top four. Let me know down below what you guys think about this minor event. And of course, the full, you know, major in Madrid, Spain. That's going to be so sick. That'll be in a couple weeks from now. We'll definitely talk about that on the channel. But now for this tweet here from Reality UK, kind of got triggered from it. I'm not going to lie. The only people who defend this game started COD on it. Incorrect. I started on BO2 and hated it when I first played it. I mean, no offense, Reality UK. I don't know anyone that started on Black Ops 2 and hated it when they first played it. I don't know anyone. Never replayed it, or never replaying it, never finishing campaign, not bothered. So first of all, the COD Ghost campaign was fire. I mean, that's like objective too. Most people agree that COD Ghost's campaign was pretty solid and kind of deserves a sequel because it ended on a cliffhanger. So I don't know about that one. And now the multiplayer, look, the multiplayer was not the best MP. I mean, you're seeing some gameplay of free falls, you know, someone getting roasted, whatever. It is what it is. You get into those lobbies, but I'm not acting like this was the best COD of all time. I just think it was super underrated. And I want to go through, again, current rumors on the COD schedule. Obviously, next year, BO2 sequel, or this year, BO2 sequel. And then next year, 2026, IW, new Modern Warfare title. What can they do to really bring a bunch of fans back? First, go to that classic Modern Warfare style of gameplay, MW2, MW3, the older CODs, stuff like that. But also, bring back a couple of those nostalgic maps, MW3 2011 maps, and some COD Ghost maps as well. I mean, just watch this gameplay here. Chemstrike on Freefall. Like, look, if you look at a gameplay of someone getting destroyed on a map, obviously it's going to look bad. But if you watch someone going off and if you played COD Ghost back in the day, you've all had those good lobbies. Back when SBMM wasn't as strong, wasn't as big of a deal, you had a lot more variety in the lobbies you got. Sometimes you got into those absolute noob lobbies, and you would get a gameplay like this where you got the MTAR, and you're on Freefall 24/7, You got double XP on as well, and you're just absolutely going off spawn killing. Something about this is just so satisfying. Even the hit markers, the HUD, everything about COD Ghost MP, it was very satisfying to get kills and go on streaks. I'm not saying it was the best. A lot of the MP maps were pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. What was it called? The SATCOM, the UAV that you placed on the ground, kind of weird. I'm not saying it was great, but it was underrated and honestly kind of better than a lot of the MPs we've had recently. So free fall, especially bringing the map back, ton of fun. I guess with SBMM now, it's not going to hit the same. It really isn't, but maybe, and again, it is, I'll admit as well, I don't want to be too biased. It is partly nostalgic for me, COD Ghost. First of all, my first Call of Duty was MW3 2011. So that was my first COD, and I enjoyed that game off the bat. I was garbage, but even though I was bad, I still enjoyed that game. I got MW3 2011 and BO1 at the same time before Black Ops 2 came out. COD Ghost was out. I was playing it. It was my third year playing COD, and I had a ton of fun. So, I don't know. This game's fire. I don't care. Now, for other maps, got this video from Chaos here. Chaos Silencer, OG. So, Siege, Flooded, don't even remember that one, honestly. Stormfront was okay. Stormfront was pretty good. Chasm, Stonehaven, classic Allier video. Stonehaven was good for Infected and S&D. Overlord, Whiteout was a classic one. Tremor, Prison Break was actually fun. Octane was fire. In terms of actual maps, I want to see Return, Octane, Freefall, Sovereign for sure. Bring Sovereign back. Freight was fire. A great layout as well. I mean, it's Warhawk, another solid map. I mean, these are maps that, again, I can't say objectively. It is subjective, but these are maps that if you want IW to go back to a more classic style of Modern Warfare game, these could play a very good role in that new game. I want them to make new maps, of course, but throwing in Warhawk, Octane, Sovereign, and Freefall, and of course, Strike Zone is kind of based on Dome, so we don't have to see Strike Zone, but I think Strike Zone had some cool, had a cool scenery and a cool backdrop, and, everything was different. It didn't really feel like I was playing Dome, at least in my opinion, so you could bring back Strike Zone as well, honestly, but those maps would play a really cool role, honestly, in another, or in the new Modern Warfare game for 2026, so let me know down below your opinions on that. Do you agree? Do you disagree with me again? COD Ghost, not the best COD, but drastically overhated. And I definitely disagree with Reality UK there. I mean, 100% disagree. So that's it for this video. Subscribe for more COD update videos like this. Shout out to the members, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.